Okay, Michael, so we're going to look at your first serve. This is from the Match Against Z on Monday. You said that you were working on moving that front foot forward, or that is, working on not doing it, and thought that you were doing better. Well, let's see what the tape shows. As we move into the motion here, so notice how narrowly you start at the time of the toss. This is really too narrow to get a good jump. So, to compensate, what do? You slide the front foot forward. That has a couple of effects. The first one, well, it's obviously makes it more likely that you foot fault, but it also, you're doing it instinctively to give yourself a wider stance in order to get a good jump into the ball. One of the consequences of it is that though you toss forward, you end up making contact with the ball pretty much right above your head, which is not far forward enough. The landing looks okay. Landing looks actually fine to me. Okay, so what we want to do in order to fix this or to work on this is to change your starting stance. You obviously start far back from the baseline, and let's just roll this one as well to show you that it's not just once that you're doing that. Because you start far from the baseline because you know that you're going to bring that front foot forward. And obviously you're trying to compensate. But let's look and see what Federer does. So he starts with his weight on his front foot. That might help you. You start with your weight on your back foot. He, of course, rocks back. Now the weight is here as the front foot comes up a little bit. And he repositions himself with the front foot pointing this way, and the back foot is even pointing a little bit away from the baseline. But look at the width of the legs. It's approximately the same width as you end up having once you've stepped forward. What I would like you to do is to start your serve in this particular stance here. The front foot a little bit more parallel, the back foot pointing back, which will get the hips pointing away from the court, from the front of the court for longer, and will generate more rotation of the trunk. Okay? So we want to start in this kind of stance. That should help you to control the movement of that front foot. Then, look at the contact point for Fed. Look how far out in front of his body it is. It's pretty far out there. So the next thing for you, once we've stabilized the starting stance, is to try and move that point of contact forward. You won't be able to do it if you keep moving yourself up, because wherever you toss, you're just going to move up and recreate this old point of contact off the toss. So in order to do it, we're going to have to stabilize your stance and then take the jump out and practice hitting the serve forward, just isolating the point of contact, looking to make the contact out here instead of here, right, without a jump. And from there, then we try and incorporate the jump back in. So stationary feet, and where the goal is to move the contact forward. It's starting from a stance like, not quite like that, more like that. Okay, that's where we want to be. Alright, let me know if you have any questions. Alright, Mike. Thanks, Michael.